let's just look at this picture. This is the underside of the leaf, and there's a stomate, which is where the leaves transpire. This is on the underside of the leaf. Those are cedar apple rust spores. And its hyphae has to penetrate into the cells to get to the food, nutrient resources of the leaf cell. It's actually going through the doorway of the stomate. This is on the underside of the leaf. When I spray for diseases, I'm thinking about wetting with these holistic elicitors, not just the surface up in the sun, but also the underside of the leaf. And there's many different nuances that come up with different ones, but when I talk about diseases, it's about knowing where that launching pad is. For scab, it's the fallen leaves the year before. In warmer climates, scab can also overwinter in the buds. You're probably just on the borderline of that place. That changes what you have to do. Cedar apple rust forms a cold relationship with the eastern red cedar tree, and those gelatinous masses in the spring are where the spores come from and land on the underside of the leaf to get into the stomate. All those things come into play in thinking about, well, what do I need to do? What's the timing of that? And I know we've hit noon. I'm going to do about 6 more slides. Then we'll close this. Yes. I don't know what that said. Another piece that's really fascinating is not can we only elicit this immune response, but there's another aspect, and that is that surface biology. I'm standing up here in front of you, and I bet almost every one of you sees one of me. There's probably 1 or 2 of you that see more than one of me, but I don't know what's in your water bottle. I don't need to know. But in truth, I'm standing up here as a community of 100 trillion organisms. I'm not one, I'm 100 trillion organisms. And my eyeballs, my skin are covered with lost nation bacteria, my respiratory tract, my digestive tract. And without all those allies, I would be a sitting duck for pathogens. But I'm fairly consistent. I'm warm, I'm moist. Plants out there go through high heat, acid rain, deep cold, long periods of drought. Food resources run out on the surface of the leaf. It's not fairly consistent. And yet, if we could keep it up, things change. This is a stomate, not with cedar apple rust spores around it, but with beneficial guardians in the form of lactobacillic bacteria, in the form of yeast. And they make it more competitive for a pathogen to even land. And when we go out of our way, utilizing things like affected microbes and compost tea, we make that density of those microbes on the surface of the plant be so much greater that a pathogen doesn't even stand a chance to get in there. So Einstein said no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. We're flipping that whole paradigm of needing spray medicines to make up for nutritional and biological deficiencies. We're utilizing tools that nature does, and we're understanding how to go about it. When I talk about the holistic sprays, I am looking at things like cold processed liquid fish, because it contains enzymes and hormones and fatty acids that fuel not just the mycorrhizal fungi, but the arboreal biology as well. When I'm talking about utilizing pure neem oil, again, I'm introducing fatty acids that feed the biology. The terpenoids in neem stimulate that immune response. There's azurdiractins that inhibit the molting cycle of insects. But everything that I'm spraying is nutritional or biological. It's not like a toxic approach. It's totally another realm. The seaweeds, when I spray seaweed extract, dried kelp, not only does that act like a megavitamin with all kinds of trace minerals, but the cytokinin hormone stimulates the production of flavonoids. That's a big immune piece in terms of resisting disease. And this is happening by simply spraying seaweed. The whole microbe thing, I use what are known as effective microbes, which is something that was developed in the natural farming movement in Japan. And it consists of photosynthetic bacteria and lactic acid bacteria and yeast. Those in turn colonize that surface to look like that picture I showed earlier that make it very difficult for pathogens. I won't get into this activating because we're running out of time on this board. And that brings me to what I call my NRA moment. You're supposed to laugh now. It isn't the sprayer that kills, it's what you put in the sprayer. I want you to get over that notion of, I grow fruit, but I don't want to spray.